Would you like to just rebook these guys as soon as Tom is able to get back in there?
Total pain in the ass, but yes. Great showing, ending, you know?
What does it take to make an eye poke intentional?
Who the knows? Who gives a I can't make people fight, and you definitely can't make somebody continue if they feel they've been injured. Only Tom knows what happened. I mean, he had Tom bloodied up, you know. Tom didn't want to continue in the fight.
Bully Aspinall has finally come out. Tom Aspinall is showing he doesn't care about the UFC and the UFC fans who have been giving him shit for a long time.
He's going at the fans, he's going at Dana White, and he's going at Cyril Gane.
Let's go over what he said. Cyril Gane is a cheater. He goes into fights looking to eye poke, back of the head shots. He even said Jon Jones, before he fought Cyril Gane, called him a cheater as well. Then he says he's pissed off with Dana White. And he's also said he's got Brown syndrome, which is a pretty serious eye condition, which may involve surgery. He's not training right now. He just wants to get his eyes back to 100%.
And you know what? It's all warranted. Dana White, very unnecessary comments after that fight.
You know, he's very much been the nice guy, the polite Englishman, the gentleman. Now, he doesn't care. The gloves are off. And this Tom Aspinall is going to self-ice. And dare I say, he's going to knock out Cyril Gane. He's coming in with a...
For years. Tension between UFC President Dana White and heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall remained largely unspoken. But it has now become difficult to ignore. The issue did not stem from a single incident or public dispute, but from Aspinall's rapid and decisive rise through the division, where he accepted short-notice fights, delivered clean knockouts, and moved forward without controversy or delay. While that dominance solidified his status as champion, it also disrupted a UFC business model that relies on time for promotion, rivalries, and long-term storytelling. The situation intensified during the prolonged uncertainty surrounding Jon Jones, as Aspinall remained patient and professional while potential title unification talks stalled, leaving the heavyweight division in limbo and raising questions about how competitive excellence aligns with promotional strategy.
Just say hello. Just say hello. How are you? Good, man. Nice to meet you too. I'm gonna do this thing. I'm this far. We're gonna do this thing. I would hope so. I would hope so. All the best. All the best. Quick picture. Sure, let's do this. Say something.
I guess the clarifying question then is, if Dana and Hunter do come to you after this fight, the figures make sense to you, would you then be open to fighting Tom Aspinall, or are you categorically thinking, he does nothing for me, I will not fight that guy?
He does nothing for me. He does nothing for me. If you're a person that wants to see me really challenged, then I get it. 7 years younger, like 35 pounds bigger than me, right? I get it. It's like, wow, this Jon's so good. We finally found someone way younger and way bigger than him. Let's see how he does against that. I get that narrative. But for me, if you were my manager, if you were on my team, why not fight against Pereira, a guy who's the same age as you, and we walk around the same exact size? Business-wise, it makes more sense. Fight I'm going to call him this, fight the nobody that may be more dangerous, or fight the guy with all the accolades who's incredibly dangerous, but it actually will affect your legacy.
Donald Trump mentioned that he wanted to have a fight at the White House Guard. That just seems like such a huge opportunity. I'm a very proud American. I have a lot of close friends that are in the military. Just to be able to entertain the country and the world at this level at the White House, it just means the world to me. So I'm back.
It would be a blockbuster event. I think the whole world would come out. It's a big card you keep talking about that you want to be on, a White House card, right?
Yeah, dude.
Who do you want for that? You want Pereira?
I'd like to fight Alex Pereira at the White House. I feel like he's incredibly respectful. I feel like he's a household name in America and MMA. Everybody knows who he is. He's a champion. He's in the conversation of being one of the greatest fighters of all time. It would be a blockbuster event. I think the whole world would come out. I've beat many Brazilians over the course of my life. Either way that fight were to go, no one loses in that fight. It generates so many millions for the sport. There's just no losing when you have such high level people competing who respect each other.
When you talk about the White House and having the greatest American fighter of all time, I mean, how can you have a White House card without literally the...
Aspinall maintained a professional tone until the night his bout with Cyril Gane took an unexpected turn, when a significant eye poke immediately compromised his vision, depth perception, and ability to defend himself safely. What followed was a swift and dramatic shift in public narrative, as the injury was no longer widely framed as a medical issue, but instead as a personal decision, leading to criticism from fans, fellow fighters, and UFC leadership. UFC President Dana White characterized the stoppage in a way that blurred the line between injury and choice, a distinction that carries serious weight in combat sports, where quitting is often stigmatized while injury is an accepted reality. That framing opened the door for accusations that Aspinall had backed out of the fight, a storyline Jon Jones quickly echoed. Despite his own prolonged absence from the division during a period when a title unification bout was widely expected, in response, Aspinall publicly explained the severity of the injury and the risks involved, marking a notable departure from his previously restrained approach and signaling a deeper frustration with how the situation had been handled. That moment revealed broader underlying tensions, as Aspinall's rapid finishes, lack of theatrics, and refusal to engage in prolonged promotional maneuvering have increasingly conflicted with a system built around controlled momentum and extended storytelling. What began as a single incident ultimately highlighted larger questions about trust, narrative control, and whether the UFC's heavyweight division is best served by dominance and efficiency, or by the slower, more marketable path the organization has traditionally relied upon.
You wanted a boxing champion.
Yeah, for sure.
You're okay with an MMA champion, but you wanted a boxing champion.
Boxing for sure. The money is more money.
Yeah.
More money. Why not?
Would that be an outcome for him? No.
He's 3 more fights on the contract now.
Okay. So,
And I don't want to sign a new contract.
okay.
Personally.
So
Actually, why I'm actually a big fan of like Tom Aspinall as well.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
You don't really see that anywhere, full stop, but definitely not in the heavyweight division.
No heavyweight moves like him.
No one moves like him.
He
Man.
moves like a 185er.
It's crazy.
It's nuts.
With that kind of explosive and that power, it's crazy.
Crazy speed for a heavyweight.
The issue is Tom's almost too honest for his own good. First thing he says is, I can't see. First rule of Fight Club, even if you can't see, you got to give it 5 minutes. Don't say you can't see. But and Tom looked panicked. He goes, I can't fucking see. I can't see. Those words, I can't see, you're screwed. Now, when you say I can't see, they're supposed to stop it right then. Herzog was like, calm down, give it 5 minutes, let's get this wet towel on it. Then he comes back 2 minutes later, he's like, I can't fucking see. Okay, that's the second time. They should have canceled it right then. But he's like, all right, you got 2 more minutes, Bubba. Give him the wet towel. He goes, I still can't see. So, you can't fucking see. What are you gonna do?
I mean, what do you do? It's a title fight. You can't see.
You do exactly what Tom did. Because let's go through pros and cons. So you felt the pressure from the fans to come back compromised with one eye. You've taken 453 days off. There's all this talk about you and Jon, and Jon's ducking you. You fight Cyril Gane, who's your toughest matchup on the feet yet, and you get head kick KO. This is what happens. The UFC uses that highlight for the rest of your career. Trust me, I know. They use it for the rest of your career. You lose the belt, so your pay goes down. Then you have to fight 1 or 2 guys to get back to the title shot. And you're doing it because you feel pressure from the fans?
Tom Aspinall's approach stands in sharp contrast to the traditional heavyweight blueprint. He identifies openings quickly, applies pressure with precision, and finishes fights with little visible damage, often making elite competition look routine. From a technical standpoint, that efficiency is exceptional. From a promotional standpoint, it presents challenges. Aspinall does not rely on visible adversity, prolonged exchanges, or dramatic comebacks that typically fuel long-term narratives. His speed compresses timelines, his grappling disrupts striking-based game plans, and his fight IQ limits unnecessary risk. Those dynamics were evident in his matchup with Cyril Gane, a fighter widely viewed as a stylistic test at heavyweight. Aspinall's pressure reduced Gane's movement, neutralized his rhythm, and forced hesitation, a critical disadvantage in the division. Analysts note that a potential rematch could further favor Aspinall, given his confidence and ability to impose pace. That same efficiency complicates the long-discussed matchup with Jon Jones, whose success has often relied on extended build-ups, psychological pressure, and calculated timing. Aspinall's reserved demeanor and readiness remove many of those variables. When criticism toward Aspinall emerged following the eye injury, shifted the narrative, and temporarily created distance from a matchup that had been looming. At the same time, the UFC now faces uncertainty with a champion recovering from injury, now navigating public scrutiny and exploring future options beyond the promotion. Comments from Aspinall's team about potential boxing opportunities reflect a broader shift in heavyweight leverage. As recent examples have shown viable paths outside the UFC structure, that evolution appears to have contributed to a noticeable change in tone from UFC leadership, Despite consistently accepting fights and maintaining professionalism, Aspinall found himself exposed once circumstances moved beyond his control, prompting broader questions among fans about stability within the heavyweight division. As the situation continues to unfold, the organization must balance business priorities with competitive integrity. While Aspinall's next move inside or outside the UFC may ultimately shape the future of the division.